Don't judge me. COVID affects all of us differently. I don't think I'm gonna get used to this thing. Oh, my new chair gets here soon. Kodiak cakes, anybody? So what are my honest thoughts on Shining Beyond? Well, I was a fan that I ended my first stream of the game with 3 SSR units, 2 of which are considered the strongest in the game by a tier list I found online. I found the 5% drop rate to be pretty rewarding. In a 10x, you have a 50% chance of getting one. So I had a 25% chance of getting 2. That's pretty crazy. I liked that they let you pick any SSR that you want. It wasn't like a roll system, you just straight up select that they're going to give you 5-star equipment. It seems like they're really trying to get you set up for the game that you want to play. The sharding system, I didn't get to a point in the game to where you start collecting shards itself of the SSR, so I can't really vouch for how hard it would be in-game to get to that point, and how pay to win it would be. But someone in the chat did say that I'm going to be swimming in SSRs soon, so I think that means that you're going to get plenty of them through rolls, and that the game is pretty lenient when it comes to giving you free resources. Now, this is an open beta, so some of the UX things I can be somewhat forgiving on. Like, I was hoping that you would actually see more animations between dungeons, watching them walk through and not just like being at the next one. The combat screen itself didn't tell me enough information. I found myself looking at the sides more and at the bottom and watching the mana bar gauge up, things of that nature, and looking at the big flashing abilities on the side instead of like in the middle of the screen. Based off of the tutorial, it seems like the combat system is more based off of timing and situational moving and priority selection, and the center screen itself wasn't engaging enough for me to know how that is happening. I mean, there are flashing things and everything going every which way, but it wasn't giving me enough information and enough priority. I found the animations themselves and the heroes themselves to be a bit pixelated on high. The outlines are a little too sharp, and it overall could have had a touch better. Now, the one thing that this game straight up fails, in my opinion, is its sound and sound design. I mean, that menu music is abysmal. Gosh, this music is so bad, though. And the sound effects, they're like clipping in my ears. It's a weird rumbling noise. It was just really low quality sound design. I also was not a fan of how sexualized they were going for the icons and the border art. I know some people are into that. That's not my thing. I don't think you need that to sell a game, and if you drop to that rate, you're already admitting it's an inferior product to other things out there. So I take that as a negative as well. But I think that overall, for a more idle tactics game, it had some promise to it. I think that there was enough here for me to think that coming out of beta into global launch, if they were to fix a few things, I could see it becoming a game you put in your rotation. It doesn't scream anything outside of other generic titles. There's just enough of a fluctuation in the way that the dungeon crawling works and the way that the gearing and tier systems and things like that work, that it's fun to progress. But past that, it's nothing groundbreaking. I would say it's closer to generic than it's not. So I could see it becoming part of someone's rotation. I would have a hard time believing that it's someone's main game. But they're a couple fixes away from it being something that I could enjoy playing every once in a while. Right now, it's not something I would continue to play, but I would check it out again once it comes to global. And maybe I'll play it again if I get bored in beta, but I don't know. There wasn't enough newness there. There wasn't enough pizzazz. Played for several hours and it lacked a hook. There was nothing that was like, oh, I need to see what happens next. I need to feel what happens when I do this thing, or I really want to collect that thing, or There was none of that. So out of 10, right now I would give it a 5.25 out of 10. I would say it's slightly above average, but it is definitely closer to generic than it is unique. I could see this game working all the way up to like a 6.757 with just a few changes. By taking a few things more seriously, I could see it honestly being something that I could put more time into. Don't think I could recommend that game to anybody at this point. I'm always down to try new gachas though, and I understand that when it comes to gachas, you're gonna run into a lot more duds than you are studs. So I'm willing to take some swings at it. Alright guys, if you like this type of review, this is the first one I've done of this. There are a lot of gachas coming out. I have a couple on my radar that I want to check out. If you like reviews like this and you think that my voice is worth listening to when it comes to these things, please let me know by leaving a like, a subscription, and a comment below. We're still trying to find our jive here on this channel. We do a lot of Exos and a lot of Guardian Tales. We have Genshin Impact and Lord of Heroes coming on the rise. I don't know how much Genshin Impact I will do on YouTube. I will definitely be streaming it more, but when it comes to YouTube, I think that game is going to be swarmed by content creators. I don't know how a small little peon like me will find its place. Lord of Heroes, I think I could do a little bit more with, and I still enjoy making videos for other games, so just let me know what you think in the comments below. If you hit that subscribe button, you'll see me tomorrow. Peace.